That's exactly what that was about, mate. Yeah, that's exactly what that was about. Yeah. I turn it off, man. You know, I don't want to. I want to be able to go in there next week and buy a packet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I keep them all strum, mate. I'm very, very strum on all of that, aren't I? Yeah, fucking Mr. 007, mate. You know, you're cracking away on the stream, and then the cunt just turns it off, mate. Fucking just turns it off. Fucking, he don't give a fuck, mate. Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck, dude. I care about me double happiness for next week, mate. That's what I care about. Is it school holidays, man? Is it school holidays or is it school time? Yeah, I'm just dropping a deck over to my friend, man. He called me last night and he put $15 in my PayPal. So I don't earn anything off him, man. He just pays for the fucking the bus thing to get over there, and his cigarettes. That's all it pays for, man. It's Monday here, man. This is Monday, mate, over here. It's, yeah, Monday. Sunday for the Americans, mate. They're fucking always backwards. They're a day backwards. They're a day backwards. It's funny how America's changing so much, huh? Huh, you fucking retards. That's what you get for bringing in a whole bunch of fucking Taliban, fucking camel worshipping, fucking urine drinking, fucking... You know, that's what you get, mate, for bringing a whole bunch of goat herders into your fucking country, mate. A whole bunch of illegal fucking goat herders, mate. You know? And you can sit there and be your patriotic all you want, mate. They don't give a fuck. I'm telling you now, they don't give a fuck about your patriotism. It doesn't matter to them. They're not patriotic, mate. Okay? So all your patriotism and what you want doesn't mean shit. The only thing that matters to the fucking Muslims, mate, is having political power. That's the only thing that fucking matters to them. You know, they're still your mayor. They're still your council members, mate. So nothing's going to change. You can fucking protest all you want, cunt. The fucking 5 a.m. comes, you're waking up to a morning prayer. Okay? Yeah, you can fucking bitch and complain all you want, mate. Fucking, they don't care, man. Once they've got political power, that's it. That's the start of the big downfall. That's it for you. You're done. You're done. They've got political power. Okay? So... I don't know what you're expecting to happen. I mean, I hope you're having a good day today, man. I hope you're doing well and you're happy. I hope you're kicking along in life, viewer. I hope you get to see your children, and I hope you get to be a father and be the best father that you can be. I really do. I hope you got someone in your life that loves you, mate, that's not fake. You know, it's just so fucking fake, man. It was just so obviously fake. You got to feel sorry for her, though, man. She had to fucking do that for, what, 6 years? She had to put up with my white ass. You know what I mean? Shame though, dude. I really loved my wife. You know what I mean? I loved my family unit. I was just never good enough. I was never good enough, bro. I really wasn't. I don't know why I think they only picked me, mate, is because of Australia. And they can, you know, come to Australia, move to Australia. Because that's the only benefit of marrying me. There wasn't any other benefit, mate. So they certainly weren't attracted to me. They didn't love me. They didn't want anything to do with me. And the only value that I had was my resources. You know, paying the house off as much as you can, and then get you out, divorce you, get you out. The amazing thing is, man, that they would really like you to just have your clothing and your car, and that's it. You get to walk out with your clothing in your car, and that's all they had intentions of you leaving with. That's it. And you don't even get half the stuff that you had before you met the person. They also get to keep that too. So you were going to walk out with nothing. In their eyes, in their plan, you were going to walk out with absolutely nothing, including your kids, okay? Because you're not going to see your children ever again. And I was told that way before we fucking left, mate, way before I left the house. I was told that, the minute you go, you'll never see Echo again. I will make sure that you never see Echo. And that certainly came true. And there's no accountability for that. Like, in her eyes, it's my fault. In her eyes, it's completely and utterly all my fault. You know what I mean? And that's what's fucked about women, mate, is they have no accountability for their own words and actions. And that's why they can fuck up men all the time, mate. Because that's the first thing that they say to men. Are you responsible for your words and actions? I swear to God, man, that's what they ask men. Okay? Everywhere you go, man, they'll ask you that. Centrelink, the lawyers, men's behaviour courses, all of the psycho course reports that they make you do. What a bunch of fucking bullshit, dudes. I mean, seriously, the family law court is nothing more than a fucking Ferris wheel for a man to get on and enjoy the ride. That's all it is. It's a Mickey Mouse wheel. It's time for you to get on the wheel and do some chores. And they'll put you on that wheel, mate, for fucking years and years and years, mate. They've got plenty of courses for you to do. You need to prove to the court how much you love your children. That's what the judge will say to you, mate. Judge Howell, she'll say to you, you need to prove to the court how much you love your children. So you'll go away and you'll spend fucking 2 years, mate, doing all of their fucking things that they want you to do. And at the end of the day, it doesn't mean fucking anything. It means absolutely nothing. Because they can just pull 10 seconds out of a stream and go, oh, look what you said about your ex. You called her this name. Like, really? And if that doesn't work, mate, they can just turn around and say, oh, your children don't want to see you anymore. That's their ace card. That's the ace card they keep right till the end, And if everything else fails, boys, then that's the card they use. They use that card, Your children don't want to see you anymore. And that's it then. That's the end of your case. The children's lawyer will look at you and go, well, we can't force her to see you. She doesn't want to talk to you. And you're only allowed 6 visits in the contact centre. And what do you intend on doing after that, Mr. Barker? And I said, well, maybe your client will grow the fuck up a little bit and realise that I'm her father and I deserve to be in her life. Well, that's the wrong answer, isn't it, Mr. Barker? Because women are not accountable. Women are not accountable. Only you are. Only you are, Mr. Barker. Okay? So therefore, because we can't do what you're asking us to do and we're not going to demand anything from the woman, therefore you should lose your contact with your children. You should never see your children again. We're never going to see Echo again. Do you understand that, viewer? We are to have no contact at all with my fucking daughter. And that is criminal. Absolutely criminal. It is criminal, man. I spent 4 years trying to prove myself in family law court. I did everything that I was asked to do, and I did it all legally and legitimately. And at the end of the day, they can just turn around and go, oh, look, man, your daughter, she doesn't want to see you. She doesn't want to talk to you. She's suffering trauma from 5 years ago. You yelled in front of her, so she has trauma. And that's what they tell that's what they tell you, man. That's what they tell you. You're a really bad person, you're a really bad father, and you should never see your children ever again. And I reckon, boys, that they ended. I don't think I'm any special case. I believe that most of the men walking in that court don't get to see their children at all, like none. And I'd love to see the percentages of what lose custody, lose all parenting rights. I'm not even allowed to contact my fucking daughter at Christmas, mate. So you're not allowed to contact your daughter at all. Apparently, my ex is living under threat, mate. She's under threat, right? Because she's so highly valued and so highly fucking sought after, right? I can't live without her, right? So, apparently I'm a big threat to them and all this kind of fucking bullshit. So a complete invention of 4 years ago. We went back to 4 years. We haven't progressed at all. We just, we went through 4 years of fucking paperwork, and then we went straight back to the beginning. Straight back to the beginning of the troll videos, and look at this video and look at that video. And these people actually think it's real. They take everything as fucking genuine, So they actually believe the troll videos. They actually believe them. So you can only imagine what it was like, man. You can only imagine, man. I had no chance at all, man. I never did. And even if I did some kind of fucking good thing or whatever, the person's never going to obey the order. So you're never going to see your children anyway. Okay? You're never going to see them anyway, mate. And they don't have to obey anything, okay? The woman is always right. That is correct, Joey. Yeah, 100%. The woman is always correct, and you have to prove her wrong. You have to prove her wrong. Whereas you are 100% guilty, and you have to prove your innocence. So whichever way you look at it, you are the one that has to do the proving. You are. The woman does not have to prove anything. She can just accuse you of whatever the fuck she wants. And it suddenly becomes real. And the children's lawyer, mate, fucking hell, dude. These people are not designed to, they are designed to take your children from you. Simple as that. That's their job. Their job is to make sure that you never see your children ever again. It's so fucking weird, man, because these same people, they go home to their family. They're able to see their family, bro. Okay? But they'll gladly take the restrictions from you. They'll gladly take your rights from you, mate, okay? Fuck, man, it's really affected my health. I've got to start looking after myself more. It's really affected my health. This whole thing has affected my health. It's taken me a couple of weeks, mate, just to get over that part of it, of losing your parenting rights. It's taken me 2 weeks to get over it. Oh, hello viewer. I hope you're happy, healthy and well today, okay? And I hope you have someone in your life that loves you and it's real and it's not fake and you can rely on it and trust in it. I would think twice. I would 100% think twice. And if you don't have children, then get the fuck out. If you don't have kids, mate, get out. Don't be like I was, mate, okay? And, trying to keep your family unit together, or keep your wife, on side, or trying to keep her happy all the time. Happy wife, right? What is it? Happy wife, happy life, right? Yeah, your happiness doesn't mean shit. Your happiness doesn't mean anything. Only theirs does, mate. So yeah, man. And I never lived like a fucking monk, mate, when I was married. Like, what a joke to live like a monk. You know what I mean? You've taken chaste things, mate, when you get married. Fucking, you become chastity, whatever it's called, chaste, or whatever it's called, mate. That sucked. That really sucked. Yeah, that sucked. but the person doesn't love you, mate. She doesn't love you, so that's why. Okay, they don't fucking like you. So they never did like you, mate. They never did. They never did, brother. You were there for a purpose. You were there to suit a purpose, and that's it. Okay, the whole thing was a fucking game, a big long con. Okay, that's all it was. It was nothing more than that. You were never a father, you were never a husband, you were never anything more than the person in the spare room paying the bills. And then as soon as you woke up to it, bro, your whole life changed, because you're not going to put up with it anymore, right? So then it just becomes worse. Your life becomes worse, okay? Because you're not supposed to know anything. You're not supposed to react. You're supposed to just suffer in silence. That's what you're supposed to do. A lot of men do that, man. They suffer in silence. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you, mate. I really do. I hope it doesn't happen to you. There's nothing worse, mate, than being a dad and you're not a part of your children's life. There's nothing worse. Nothing worse. And they feel justified. They feel justified. You know, they want to come here, they want to spend a couple of years married, they want to divorce you, they want everything that you own, everything that everything. They want everything. You're only allowed your bit of clothing that you walk out with and a couple of boxes of comics, and the rest of it is thrown in the bin. Thrown in the bin. Your whole life, your past will be thrown in the bin. And they'll look at you like you are the absolute worst person in the world. They don't see anything wrong in what they've done, nothing at all. They think it's acceptable that you invite your husband overseas and you sit there for an entire month and ignore him. Just ignore him. He sleeps in the spare room. You've got nothing to do with him at all. You don't even outside, you walk 10 feet in front of him so that nobody notices that you're together. You're embarrassed about him. Embarrassed. What the fuck, man? I'm better than any fucking Chinese cunt you would have fucking married. I know that much. Never see Echo, mate, ever. Nothing. I don't even have a picture. And that's how they want it, mate. That's acceptable to the government. It's acceptable to the family law court. It's acceptable to your ex. I mean, imagine that, mate. You know, the woman walks away and legitimately thinks to herself, yeah, that's acceptable that my daughter never sees her father. You know, just never sees him. You know, he's such an abusing and DV, and he's just such a bad person. You know, you haven't done anything, mate. You haven't done anything like that. But that's what they'll tell themselves you are, to convince themselves to justify it. You know, and the law, the coppers, mate, if you forget a picture, you don't, like within 24 hours, you don't delete a picture or whatever, that's put down as a DV charge. Okay, if you don't remove a comment off your Facebook quick enough, yeah, that's put down as a DV charge. and I had 3 of those. We got fined 3 times. You know, the comment and 2 pictures on Facebook. And when I got to family law court, they put that down as a DV charge. So now you've got 3 DV charges in family court, and you're sitting there thinking, man, I haven't done anything. What is this about? And it takes you a little while to realise that it's actually the comment from a Facebook post. That is what they're talking about, and that's what they hit me with in the family court. They hit me with that, like, you've got all these DV charges. I said to the judge, I don't have any. I've never done anything wrong. I've never anything like that. I don't know what these are about. And of course, you know, the child's lawyer says, oh no, because you're an abusive person and you're this and you're that, that's why you got those charges, right? So they make up their own world, mate. They make up their own thing, brother. And you're fucked. The next thing you know, they're telling you you've got this charge and this charge and this charge, and you haven't been charged with anything, mate. I've never been charged with anything. Nothing at all. Okay? Oh, they can come up with that decision, mate, just from the thing I've just explained to you now. And they say you've committed, you know, DV this, DV that, and you'll sit back and it's a picture that you forgot to delete. And the rest of it, mate, if that doesn't work, they have their ace card in the hand, which is your child doesn't want to see you anymore. Your child doesn't want to speak to you. Your child doesn't want to talk to you. Now, don't forget, man, you've in the last 4 years, you've had no contact at all. The opposition has done all the parenting alienation that they can, and they've refused all contact. But it's your fault. It's your fault. Remember that, okay? So when you go there and you ask them, well, what happened? Why doesn't my daughter want to see me? You know, oh, because you yelled at me 5 years ago, and she has trauma, so she doesn't want to ever see or speak to you again. And that's their ace card. They can just pull that ace card out, mate, and there's no combat for it. It's like the final boss card, you know, from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Final boss card. Yeah, that's the family law court card, mate. They can just say your daughter doesn't want to see you anymore, doesn't want to speak to you anymore. And then that's it. That's the end of your case. You know, we can't force her to see you, Mr. Barker. What do you expect us to do? You know, we can't force her to go to the contact centre. We can't force her to do anything, you know. So it may be better that she doesn't see you at all. You know, that might be better for her, you know. It doesn't take much, mate, for you to lose your children, and it's going to take a whole lot for you to gain your children. Don't forget, man, we spent 4 years doing all of their courses. I've done every course under the sun, mate. Every single course. It cost me thousands of dollars, man. I went and done their psychological reports because they call all men are crazy. All men, okay, not just me, all men are crazy. So we all need to go and do a psychology, and we all need to go and do the men's behaviour course, because all men's behaviour is just wrong. All men's behaviour, okay? Just ask any woman, mate. Any woman will tell you. Any woman, just ask any woman walking down the street and she will tell you that all men, okay? So that's why. It doesn't take much, mate. They're very, very happy to sign you off, bro, because you've spent 4 years, mate, and they want you out of the court. And also, I've run out of money and I'm using legal aid, which they don't like, okay? So, no. Plenty of reasons for you not to see your children, mate, and very little reason for you to see your children. That is what the family court relies on. It doesn't rely on anything, man. It'll tell you to go and do psychological reports. It'll tell you to go and do all the courses and jump through all the hoops and tick all the boxes. But that's just the job that they give you to do. That's all it is, mate. It's like putting a mouse wheel in the cage. And the mouse gets on the wheel and it runs around on the wheel, and that's what the courses are. That's all they are. The courses are just a job for you to do to keep you busy. To keep you busy, brother. That's all it is for. because they don't use the paperwork once you've completed it. They don't care. It's not like it means anything in the court that you've done the men's behaviour course. You've done all of their fucking courses they've asked you to do, and you've paid for everything. Because don't forget, man, every time they adjourn the case, you've got to come back to court. So you've got to pay for the court fees, the lawyer fees, the paperwork, and that's all they kept on doing, man, is adjourning all the time. That's why the case went on for 4 fucking years, bro. They just kept adjourning it. One of the adjournments, mate, was for 7 months. A 7-month adjournment, mate. And how does that help your case? How could that possibly help your case in a family law court, mate, if they adjourn it for 7 months? And then just before you've walked in the court, you've just come back from a 5-month adjournment for a family report. They adjourned it for 5 months, man, just to do the family report. So they love an adjournment because you've got to pay for your court costs all over again. I spent $38,000, mate, in family law court, $38,000. And I didn't get to see my daughter, at all, ever. Not even a phone call. And as soon as you run out of money, mate, your lawyer will drop you. I don't care if it's the day before court. If you haven't got money to pay him, he's not even going to walk into that court. Okay, he's not going to see the case through. Yeah. So they're not there for the benefit of their client, mate. They're there for the benefit of the court, to keep it all running and to keep everybody paying. Because if you had 100 grand sitting in your bank account, your court case would still be going. Your court case will last as long as your bank account lasts in the family law court. And as soon as you've run out of money, well, we can't help you anymore, Mr. Barker. We can't do anything for you now. That's what will happen to you. That's what will happen to you, gentlemen. That's why I come on and I warn you. I warn all of you. Don't marry them. Don't move them in. And fucking, mate, if you can, just remain on your own, remain single, and you'll probably be a lot better off and a lot more happier, because you're not running around after a woman and trying to please her feelings every single day. Her feelings change, and you've got to placate those feelings all the time. And you can get really, really sick of it, mate, because they don't give a fuck about your feelings, mate. They really, really don't. They only care about their own, and how you're not obeying them and you're not fulfilling all of their things that they want you to do. And it's a fucking list, mate. It never ends. The list never ends, man. There's always something that they want. There's always a demand that you have to meet. And God forbid they know a different language. If your wife knows a different language than you, mate, you're fucked. Because then they can just have their own little world going on, mate, and you don't know nothing about what's going on. I mean, I spend a lot of my time, mate, with somebody that doesn't even speak English. Apparently, they need a translator for fucking everything. So they don't understand anything you're saying to them. So that's why they never spoke to you, apparently. That's why you never had a conversation with them. Okay? It's a fucking joke, mate. It really is. I no longer speak English. I only speak my own language. So what kind of a marriage or a relationship have you got after that when the person says that to you? Do you really think you've got any kind of relationship with that person? Fuck no. Fuck no. They fucking hated you, mate. They hated you from the start. If they could have divorced you, they would have, okay? But they needed the paperwork done. They needed it filled out. And then you got lucky every 3 months, because of obligation sex, mate. It's called obligation sex. It's not anything that they want to do. It's something that they have to do. And then after a period of time, mate, it becomes resentful sex. They resent you. They hate you. Okay, you're forcing them to do this. You're forcing them to do it, right? Because they don't fucking like you, mate. They might be married to you, but they don't like you. They hate you. They hate you, man. They're looking for any reason to not do anything, mate. Yeah, when she's 18, mate, yeah, my daughter, the same as my other, yeah, mate, when she's 18, my daughter can come and find me, as long as she's living in the same country. She may be living in China by then, mate, I don't know. But that's the only time that she'll be able to. And by then, mate, most of the time the mother has poisoned the children. The mother will poison your children against you. She'll tell your children that you're on heroin or you're a drug addict or you're in jail or, you're some major criminal or you're this or you're that. They will poison your children against you, man. Seriously, it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle, okay? Because your children don't believe anything that you say. They only believe what they've been told, mate, over years and years and years. And that's all they believe. So good luck. I mean, I have a relationship now with my older daughters. After these years, I have a relationship with them. But I missed out on being their dad. I missed out on raising them. I missed out on being all the things that a dad does. The important stuff, right? Yeah, good morning, Fast Jimmy. I hope you're well, man. I hope you're happy today. I hope you're ticking along in life, bro. I went and watched that idiot, what is his name? Living in my room, or living under my room, or living in a cupboard, some fucking thing like that. I don't know what it's called, man. I think it's living in my room or some shit. Mate, that guy's boring as fuck. He just sits there complaining about fucking everything. At least I'm not in that much debt, brother. I don't carry any debt. And I left a comment on one of his streams, man, so he deleted the stream. He deleted the stream, mate. Apparently I came up in the stream somewhere. I don't know, I didn't hear. But I had someone message me and tell me that they're talking about you, lorddobby. So I went in there and said, what the fuck, I told some guy, left a message and said, mate, I don't give a fuck, right? I don't care, right? So they deleted the stream, bro. I made the guy delete the stream. Thank you, miss. I never had that before. Fucking, he fucking deleted the stream, mate, because I made a comment. Fucking people are piss weak, mate. Fucking piss weak, bro. They really are. But mate, I was strong enough, bro. You got to remember, man, I'm not no weak cunt. I'm the kind of fucking bloke who meets someone on the internet, and I really liked her. I mean, I really did. I thought she was so fucking cute and so nice, and so she really was. She was just overboard nice, okay? And so I'm the one that got the backpack on, mate. I'm the one that went over to another country. I'm the one that took the adventure. I took the plunge, yeah? And that's my fucking reward for it, bro. Is ending up on your fucking own and never seeing your children. Never really having a marriage. It wasn't a marriage, mate. It was a fucking as fake as fuck. It was as fake as a fucking 2-bob watch in fucking Dandenong Market, mate. Okay? That's how fucking fake it was, bro. Like, this shit was fake. Fucking hell. It's like going down to the market and buying a t-shirt, She must hate that fact, eh, bro? I'm not sure. I just drop off my packet of smokes, mate. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, drop off this packet of smokes. What's going on, Susie? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Fucking Mrs. Copper. Hey?
Yeah.
Mrs. Copper. Here's your smokes.
Oh, thank you.
Bring over a packet of smokes.
Why can't you?
You like your double happiness, mate, okay? And I get them for $13 a packet.
Oh, I don't really like them.
Well, that's what I got you.
Oh. All right. Have a good one, Teddy.
You too, darling girl.
Bye.
All right, drop them, old man. All right, boys. Back on the road again, boys. Back on the road. So I'm going to try and, change my channel a little bit. I don't know, boys. I really don't. I don't want to sit in the negativity all the time. I've never really been a negative person all the time. Like, I dwell on things, yeah, but I don't really, I don't let it govern my life, mate. I can't just forget my kid. You can't just forget your children, mate. It's impossible. Hey, watch how I annoy this dog, man. I fucking love annoying this dog. Oh, it's the little things in life that I enjoy. It's just the little things in life, viewer. I'm pretty easy to fucking please, eh? Oh, jeez, man. But I got to tell you, I enjoyed the adventure. Okay, you know, I enjoyed that part of it. You know, the adventure part of it, going over there, meeting everybody. Now I can understand why I was treated so well when I got over there. You know, you got to set the trap, boys. You got to set the trap, mate. And that's all that was about, mate. Setting the trap. But see, I knew that, boys. I'm not silly, man. I'm not silly. But I went along with it, mate. Why not? Who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Because life is an adventure, mate. So that's why I went along with it, mate. Because life is an adventure, and I'm in a foreign country. So let's just keep this ball rolling, okay? But it's amazing, man. Because I'm not a bad person, and I know I'm a good dad, and I think I'm a pretty good husband. I mean, I'm not rich, but I know what love is, and I know how to treat my wife, and I know when my wife hates me or is, you know, I know how to read people. I'm not stupid. I spent a lot of my time reading people. So I think I bring a lot to the table, man. And I bring the country. I bring everything that I could with me. But they don't see value in you, mate, because you're not rich, you see. But they're really nasty and evil, eh, man? Because they would have you paying for all of the fucking bills right up until the morning they tell you to leave. They'll have you paying everything. Everything right up till the morning they tell you that you have to go. And that's sick, because I can't emphasize to you more, boys, that nothing ever happens with a woman spontaneously. Nothing. They plan everything. They plan everything. So that's why I keep on saying to you, like on most of the streams, you know, when I talk to you, is that everything is planned. Nothing is not planned. And when they make a move, they've already thought about the move. They've already thought about what it's going to do. They've thought about it from every angle. It's not a new thing. It's not a surprise to them, boys. It's not a new thing to them, mate. They've thought about it. They've pre-done it, mate. Pre-planned it all, mate. Okay. So don't ever think that it's just you. Because most of the time it's not. Most of the time you'll be sitting there and you won't even know, mate, because you're just going along and you're in love. Because I loved my wife, mate. I really loved my wife, you know. And so you'll be wishing that it isn't true. You'll be wishing that that's not right, okay? It just can't be right. It can't be right. And you'll be putting all of your effort into trying to keep this person happy and trying to keep the situation going. But the whole time, man, they're working against you. They're working. They don't want the situation, man. They don't want the fucking marriage. They don't want that. They want you gone, okay? Because the grass is greener over there. The grass is greener over there, okay? If they go over there and they meet someone over there, it's going to be better over there, okay? It's going to be better. The only problem, viewer, the only problem, gentlemen, that you need to remember is the grass was green here. The grass was very, very green. But because you didn't water it and you didn't take care of the grass that you were standing on, that's when it goes fucking brown and it dies because you didn't take care of the grass. And then when you look over there and someone's watering the garden over there, someone's taking care of the flowers over there, and you think to yourself, well, I can do a lot better. That's because you've sucked all the fucking green out of your garden. You've destroyed the garden. And then you want to go to a different garden. I'm just sorry, man. I really am. I'm sorry, okay? I am. I'm really sorry. Sorry I couldn't keep my family unit together. Sorry that I'm not with my daughter. Sorry that I don't get to be her father. And, you know, I'm just sorry, man. You know, like, as I loved my family unit. That's all I ever wanted to be, was married and have kids and be a dad. And, you know, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm a good dad. You can't tell me I'm not a good dad. Oh, here we go. You'll come here, miss. She's walking all the way up the road, mate. I don't know why she's doing that for. Hi, sir. Yeah, I had a good time in China, mate. I had fun time in China. I went to Beijing. I was there for 3 months. I wanted to be an English teacher. That's what I wanted to do, be an English teacher. But then the country changed the laws, and you know what, the foreigners weren't allowed in no more. You're not allowed foreign teachers anymore. So that was it for me. But I really enjoyed the country. I had a really good time. The people were really nice. The food was really nice. I highly recommend it, but only because we can leave. We don't have to live there. We can leave. But don't marry a foreigner. Don't marry a foreigner, mate, and bring her here, okay? The worst mistake you could ever make is that. Well, I made that mistake, and look what happened to me. Look what happened to me, bro. It costs you everything. And then they bring the entire family over, and you find yourself living with the entire family. Fuck it. I don't know about you, mate, but it's not much of a marriage if you're living with the parents. If you're living with the parents, mate, I am 50 years old. Do you really think I want to live with parents? Like, seriously? Like, there's no action, mate. There's none at all. The mother and the father will be nicer to you than your own wife. The mother and father will be nice to you. Like, I got along with the mum better than I did with my own wife, which is just shameful. It's terrible, right? But at least mum spoke English. You know, my wife pretended that she doesn't understand anything and doesn't speak English, okay? So there's no conversation going on at all. So at least me and mum had a good time together, you know. But that's what will happen. You end up living with mum and dad, and, you know, they're in the spare room, they're in the other spare room. You're in the other spare room. There's no action. There's no action. Forget it. Why would you want to live like a monk, mate? Like, seriously. Like, you're married, you love someone, right? You're devoted to them, but you're not allowed to touch them. You're not allowed to kiss them, cuddle them. You're not allowed to hold their hand. You're not allowed to show any affection. Like, who in the fuck wants a marriage like that, mate? That is fucked. That is the worst case scenario marriage that you could ever have, okay? It's very lonely. It's very lonely. It is a very lonely marriage. And for some reason, to them, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. So you have no private time with your other half, with your wife. You'll have no private time at all. The parents are always around, always, okay? The only chance you'll get is when they go back on holiday. They'll go back to China or wherever they come from, and then you'll get a bit of time with your wife, okay? But you've already spent months and months and months apart. So now it becomes normal. It becomes normal. This person thinks it's normal that you don't have any relations with your own partner, okay? And whatever relations you do have, apparently it's abuse, you know, it's nasty abuse, and it's all this kind of thing. It's not the best. No, I won't, man. Mate, I don't care, mate, about anything. I don't care about who's what, where, and who's sleeping with who or whatever. I do not care. I know that I didn't get it. I know that much. I know that much, mate. So good luck to the fucking next one. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, man. Good luck. I don't care. All I want is my daughter. I just want to see my daughter. And now that's completely robbed of me. Completely taken from me. Which I think is wrong. Completely wrong. I didn't deserve that, bro. I didn't deserve that. But that's what family law court will do, man. I don't know, she fucking talking.
Stop. Foot in place.
It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a mater. Won't you be mine, won't you be mine, won't you be my neighbour? Professor Dobby. Professor of how to get your ass handed to you. That's about it, mate. Professor of walking out after 5-6 years or whatever with nothing. That's the professor. No, man, it's taken me 2 weeks or something like that just to get over it. You know, that you're not going to see your child or whatever. You're not going to see your kid. That's criminal, man. It's criminal. Completely wrong. I miss my Echo. But I've missed my Echo for 4 years. So they have no intentions of obeying anything.
Value present.
But China was good, man. China was fun. It's good for it as a tourist. I enjoyed it, man. Really good food, nice people. I've seen so many different things when I was there, you know. I really wanted to marry that Chinese lady. You know what I mean? I just chose wrong. I chose wrong. That's all. I'm not going anywhere, mate, Jimmy Thunder. I just went and dropped off a double happiness to the old man. And that's it. That's my day. I don't really have anything planned, mate. Anywhere I go, it costs me money. So there's no good walking around anywhere. I get hungry, I get thirsty, so I end up buying food. And I have no money, so I'm pretty broke at the moment. So there's no point going out anywhere or doing anything. You know, I might as well just stay at home, mate. And at least I'm living a nice life, a peaceful life. I got a nice little place to live. I can't complain. I just need to get some food. That's about it, really. So I've got to make sure I've got enough food. I haven't sold any masks, man. No masks in ages, bro. It's been ages since I sold a mask. I sold one mask, $140. That's it. That's all the masks we've sold, man. We haven't sold anything. So it's made my life a little bit tougher, bro, to be honest. And I hope your life is cracking away, boys. I hope you're doing well in your life. And I hope you're with someone that loves you, that isn't fake. I hope you're with someone that loves you, okay? And when they look at you and they say, I love you, that they actually mean it, okay? And it's not fake. There's a lot of fakeness out there, bro. There's a lot of pretending, yeah? It's not warm enough for me to go for a swim, man. I'm sitting here with a jumper on, mate. I'm sitting here with a jumper on. It's not exactly. I'm hot though. I got to admit, I am hot. Like I want to take this jumper off. Yeah.
Stop Johnston Street.
In Queensland, it's hot as shit. In Melbourne, no, it's not. No. Anyway, I hope you have a successful week, boys.
Stop Seaford Station.
Thank you, driver. Well, that's my walk. Gets me out of the house, get some fresh air, and I don't bother anybody, man. Most of the time I'm walking on my own. I don't hang out with anybody or whatever. And I try and keep away from people. I try not to be depressed. It isn't easy, boys. I got to admit that. It's really not. I wake up really early in the morning. I don't eat very well. I don't feel good, inside. Yeah, I feel pretty blank inside, to be honest. And I think I sleep too much. I don't know, man. I just fucking crash out. My brain goes fucking numb. And I end up having a lie down. I'm applying for all of these jobs everywhere. I've got jobs applying fucking everywhere, boys. Seriously. But I never hear from anybody back, like ever. I don't believe these jobs on Seek are real. Like, I've just got this really weird feeling, and I've watched a couple of TikToks about it, and they reckon that the companies, they put the jobs up, but they're not real. They're like ghost jobs, or they're someone has already got that job, but they're trying to find someone better, and so they put a ghost job up. Because I've never had anybody contact me, and I imagine Seek wouldn't be any good without any jobs listed, right? You know what I mean? So the more jobs they got on there, the more they can charge advertisers that come to the site, right? I think that's how it would work. So I think that they puff up the pages, like there's jobs everywhere, right? Because, dude, I go all the way down the list. All the way down the fucking list. Like, I'll apply for 10 fucking jobs in a half an hour period. More than what is needed on Centrelink, mate. Put it that way. And I've never had a call back. I've never had one single call back ever. And I puffed up the fucking resume, like made it look like I'm a fucking genius, right? There's shit on there, mate. I've never even fucking heard of. I'm a total fucking genius, mate. Fucking, but I never even get a phone call back. I've never had one phone call back, mate. And job agencies aren't much value. They don't actually find you a job. You're just being ticked off a computer. When you go there, you're just being ticked off the computer. And that's how the agency gets paid. The turnover of client coming in the door, they just tick you off, and that's how they get paid. So that's why there's never a job there. Like, you can never go there and there's a job, right? So it's not like we're not trying. My rent has gone up. I'm now at $360 a week, which is just amazing. It's good for the landlord, but it's not too good if you're a renter on Centrelink. It doesn't leave you a whole lot afterwards. We're going pretty much broke, aren't we, fellas? Like, all of us are in the same boat. Well, none of us are fucking doing any good, kind of thing. Like, we all feel it, right? So the cost of living, they're calling it, right? There's no such thing as cost of living. That's all bullshit. That's a marketing term. They should just call it corporate greed. That's all it is. It's corporate greed. It's got nothing to do with cost of living. Not when the companies are posting record profits. Okay, $4.8 billion profit last year for the supermarket. So that's a lot of fucking profit, mate. And this year they'll want more profit. It's got to be better every year. Can't go down. It's got to go up. So you can expect the goods to get even worse. The ingredients they make it out of, whatever, even cheaper. Nastier packaging. Smaller items. Smaller containers. Because the profits, they need the profits to increase every year. It can never remain the same, and it can never go down. It must always increase. Because they have shareholders. And they need to get paid their dividend. So, logic. I'm telling you, man, our food supply is going to get worse and worse and worse. The cheaper, nastier ingredients. I mean, fuck's sake, mate. They're fucking injecting cows out there now so that they don't fart. Fucking Bill Gates, man. That cunt fucking Bill Gates, mate. What a fucking rat. He's got all the government signed up to this Bovaer shit, dude. And if you look at Sweden, where they first hooked it all up, all the cows are dying. They're all getting some kind of fucking cancer. God knows what's happening to the milk. and the meat and the manure that goes into the ground, because it's got that Bovair shit in it. So all the farmers, mate, are complaining over in Sweden. They want to try and get rid of the product and having it banned. But the rest of the world, well, Bill Gates has signed them up, mate. You know, Bill Gates, mate, fuck. Fucking joke, man. They give a chemical so the cow doesn't fart to save the climate. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? But that's what Bill Gates will put his money into, man. And apparently half the countries in the world have signed up to buy it off him. So he's made millions and millions of dollars from it, mate. Bovair. It looks like we've got a bit of problems over in America right now. You know, you got the little muzzies, mate, running around, the little turban wearers. All right? Death to America, death to America. How in the fuck, mate, is that allowed? How in the fuck does America allow that, mate? I've got no idea. How are they possibly able to chant that out in the fucking public, mate, and not get destroyed? And then you got all these stupid fucking Yanks, mate, making their fucking videos. Oh, we're going to stand up for our country. We're going to do this for our country. You're not going to get away with it. What a fucking tosser, mate. You fucking Yanks. You fucking Texas cowboy motherfuckers sitting out on the plains, man. They don't give a fuck about you. They care about political power. Political power. Doesn't matter how much you scream and yell and holler, man. They don't give a fuck. They're there. They've got all the mayors, all the council members are all Muslim. Do you honestly think they give a fuck about what you think? I know one thing, your Christmas is going to be cancelled this year. I know that for a fact. There's not going to be no Easter bunny, and they don't like Father's Day or Mother's Day or any other celebration day. The only day is Ramadan. That's the only celebration allowed, Ramadan. And now they have such political power that they actually go into the churches now while they're doing a sermon in the church, and they'll start yelling out Allah Akbar in the fucking church, mate. And they'll start preaching in the church. Yep, that's how obvious they are now, mate, because they know they have political power. They know they have it, man, and it's a matter of time. When you've got cunts in turbans, mate, changing the street name to some fucktard that's over in the fucking sucking on a fucking goat herder's fucking knob, and you want to change it to his name, an American street, that's when you know you're in trouble, bro. That's when you know America is fucking doomed, and it's a matter of time. And you can sit there on your fat ass watching your football complaining all you want, but they're going to be the mayors. They're going to be the council members, the police station members, they're going to be the police commissioner. They'll all be Muslim, every single one of them. And if you think they're going to change anything or fucking not live up to Sharia, then you're a stupid. You really are. All you have to do is ask any Muslim, would they prefer to live under Sharia law or live under Western law? And then you'll know exactly where the fuck they stand. Because they all want Sharia. Every single one of them wants Sharia law. Okay? And if they don't, then they're not a real Muslim. Okay? And that's when you can show them up. Show them for who they are. Because they're traitors. You know, you've imported illegal immigrants. Thousands and fucking thousands of the cunts. You've imported them all over. You really have. You've imported war-torn men. Men that have been in wars. You know, men that have seen action. There's no women and children on the boats, man. They're all men. And they're all fighting age men. And they're all on the dole. You guys complain about me. Fuck you, cunts. Every fucking Muslim, mate. 75% of Muslims are on the fucking Centrelink, mate. 75%. 80% of the women are on Centrelink. For life. Forever. They will never pay fucking tax in this country. They will always be a burden. So no, man. It's a matter of time. They either do it by the jihad or they do it from the jihad inside. You know, they can do things from the inside of the country. They don't need to invade. They're already doing it. They just vote themselves into power. And now it's been advertised now. They know the path that they need to take. They don't need to take up violence. They just need political power. They need to be able to change the laws. And once they can change the laws, well, it doesn't matter what the fuck you say, does it? Does it really, you fucking pleb? All right, go back to your fucking football game and they'll run the fucking town. Okay? So no. You better safeguard your kids. You better safeguard your children. Okay? Because anyone above 6 years old, well, that's a fucking prime target. Anyone above 6 years old. Okay? To these fucking goat herders, mate. That's exactly what they hunt for. 9-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 6-year-olds. That's what they really like. Okay? Bunch of fucking perverted fucking goat herders, mate. Have you watched those fucking TikToks, man, where these cunts are fucking 50 years old and 40 years old and they're marrying a fucking 12-year-old? Have you seen these fucking videos? And this fucking dog is sitting there, mate, with this fucking child, and he's kissing the child on the lips, and he's looking at her like she's a wife. It's a fucking child, mate. You know? So, no, that's what they're all after, man. They all want the fucking, you know. They changed it over in, was it Afghanistan or one of those fucking backwards fucking mountain goat herding fucking countries. And they changed their, they were going to change it to 18. And then all the men came out and complained, you know, that according to their book, you know, they're allowed to marry at the age of 6. Okay? 6. So that law didn't get passed, mate. You can still marry children. Don't worry. Okay? You can still marry the children. Okay? Over in Australia, there's a big hoo-ha right now because they're allowed to marry up to 4 wives here. Did you know that? Did you know these fucking muzzers, mate, they can marry 4 fucking wives in Australia? 4 of them. They don't get married here. They get married over in another country. And then that becomes his 2nd and 3rd and 4th wife. And then he can bring them over and he can put them into another house because it's, you know, the government will supply the house for him. And each one of the wives have got their own house. And all he does is spend his week going from house to house to house impregnating these women. And they'll have up to 8 kids each. Up to 8 children each, mate. You know, they'll have as many fucking Muslim kids as they can. And then, you know, they go out to the street and you see all the kids playing in the street. Yeah, they're all his children. They're all his. You know, by the time he's finished, mate, 5 or 6 years down the track, the guy's got 30 kids. Okay, and all of them are on Centrelink. All of them are claiming the family tax benefit. Every single one of those women are claiming that fucking thing, mate. Okay? Every single one of them. So don't you ever fucking feel guilty, mate, for being on the Seno. Don't ever fucking feel guilty, cunt. Don't ever do it. Because these cunts the government brings people in, mate, that'll never have a fucking job. Ever. Ever. Why in the fuck would you bring in women and children, mate, that you know are never going to benefit the country at all? In fact, they don't even speak the fucking language. And if you think they're going to assimilate, yeah, you're fucking dreaming, mate. The only bit of assimilation you're going to get is before they get their political power. You know, when they get their political power, you know, they don't have to assimilate to anything you do. You have to assimilate to them. Okay? They do not have to assimilate to you. Just because it's your country or whatever, they don't think that way. Okay? Okay? They really, really don't. Anyway. Yeah, I'm jumping through all the hoops, man. Yeah. I jumped through all their hoops, man. I did it for 4 years. I did everything they asked me to do. And at the end of the day, they look at me and go, oh no, look, your daughter says that she doesn't want to see you. And so therefore that's it. You've lost, you know, you lose all parenting rights. Because your daughter doesn't want to see you. You know, so that's it for you. You know, we can't force the child to see you. We can't do that. You know, what do you expect us to do? Well, how about you just take her to the contact centre? How about that? How about you give me a chance to be a dad? You know, give us a chance to be together. Oh, well, that'll upset her and she doesn't want to do that. And And the whole time it'll be your fault. You know, you'll say, but why? Why doesn't she want to see me? Oh, because you yelled at her mother 5 years ago. So she has trauma from that. Really, she has trauma from that. That's not what my contact report says. My contact report's right here. No, that's wrong. Yeah, she doesn't really want to see you. So that's it. That's it, man. They sign away your parenting rights to the other party, and they expect you just to walk away, never see your children again, never talk about your children again. You know, pretend it didn't happen. Pretend that it didn't really happen. Yeah? Be a lot easier. Anyway, that's my walk. That's me. Have a good day. Take it easy. I hope you're with someone that loves you. If you want to throw the old man a coffee milk, mate, because he's a bit on the fucking broke side, lorddobbyking at gmail.com is my PayPal, lorddobbyking@gmail.com. If you wanted to chuck me a coffee milk. Other than that, I don't ever get anything from my stream at all, really. I'm lucky if you watch an ad. You don't skip through everything. Anyway, watch an ad for me if you wouldn't mind. Have a good day. Take it easy. See you, boys.